Galway United break down the left hand side of the pitch. Jason Malloy cuts inside Michael McSweeney, and Jay Keegan issues an errant volley that goes over the bar. Be a Cork City goal kick to be taken by Mark McNulty. Ball finds way to the middle park in direction of Liam Miller. Liam Miller looks for options going forward. Miller plays it to Healy. Healy attempts to pass down the line to Beattie, but it's cut out smartly by Gary Shanahan. Galway breaking down the right hand side of the pitch now. Cormac Raftery looks in direction of Malloy, and it's cut out. Gaynor looking to break down the left hand side, cuts back and plays Healy into down the left hand side of the pitch. Healy now looking for options, plays a lovely lofted ball in the direction of Alan Bennett down the right hand side of the pitch, about 15 yards inside his own half. Bennett presses forward and plays a nice 1-2 with Beattie. He finds the feet of Miller. Miller always looking for options, going forward, sees no one, finds Colin Healy across the pitch. Miller sees a McSweeney working down the right hand side, but plays a soft pass to Bennett. Bennett feeds Shepherd, who feeds Beattie down the right hand side. Michael McSweeney looking to put in a cross into the far back post. Keeper Cormac wins all at sea. He throw in now after the wind kicks it from his hands. Gaynor now level with the John Coffin's box. He feeds Miller. Exchange between the two, and Gaynor plays a lovely pass in the direction of Alan Bennett, who's coming forward, approaching the halfway line. Bennett feeds McSweeney. Two exchange passes. Bennett was, if you have any issues or doubt or anything like that, we'll try and sort them out for the second half. Conor win now with the kick out. Found only defeated Dan Murray, but Dan Murray's errant pass can only find Jay Keegan. Keegan plays it back to former Cork City man Dave O'Leary, who feeds Gary Shanahan down the right hand side of the pitch. Kel Shepherd, so great tenacity there in defence, tracking back to his own 18-yard box, and eventually finds his way, and he clears in the direction of Marcus Sullivan. But again, Cork City wasteful in possession, and the ball ends up with Healy, who ends up dispossessed in midfield. He plays in the direction of Alex Byrne. Burns attempted lofted passes just to be handled by Jason Malloy, and be a Cork City goal kick now. But Cork City a bit wasteful in possession there. Perhaps could have looked to kept the ball on the deck and made something more of it. Miller attempts to play Michael McSweeney in. McSweeney's waits for the ball and ends up being dispossessed. But unfortunately for City, it can't be corralled, and it'll go for a throw in. Bennett takes it quickly, feeds McNulty. McNulty plays to Murray 5 yards from his own 18-yard box. He feeds Buckley. Buckley dropping very deep compared to his usual attacking role. Buckley feeds Gaynor, attempts to play in Shepherd down the left-hand side and succeed. Shepherd cuts in, plays in across to Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan attempts to chest it down in the direction of Liam Miller. The ball is cleared by the Galway United defence. Gaynor again now looking menacing on the left-hand side of the pitch. He feeds Shepherd. Shepherd takes on Cormac Rafferty and beats him. Chance here now to whip in across. Ball, decent effort from Kel Shepherd, but it's cleared by Sam Odgie. Colin Healy feeds Liam Miller, who smartly turns away from Dave O'Leary and looks to feed Stephen Beattie. Beattie now attempts for the cross. The cross is deflected, but Mark O'Sullivan, as ever, working extremely hard, wins the header. Can only find the legs of a Galway defender. It's cleared for a Cork City throw. City looking dominant in possession so far, but have had few real chances to show of it so far. Michael McSweeney now feeds it back to Miller. Miller looks and plays it back to Dan Murray in the middle of the park. City looking, have had most of their attacking opportunities down the left-hand side of the pitch. Gaynor again, looking quite promising after a few recent weeks. Miller plays in a lovely ball to Stephen Beattie. Beattie coming in, drifting in off the wing, attempts to feed O'Sullivan, but is cut out. Alex Byrne now on the break for Galway United. Alan Bennett smartly gets in ahead of Jay Keegan, and with the tandem of him and Gary Buckley, they dispossessed the American striker and play it back to Dan Murray. Murray feeds Gaynor on the left-hand side of the pitch. City looking for a quick break. Gaynor feeds Kel Shepherd, and after pleads for Cormac Raftery for a free. Shepherd cuts inside. Shepherd plays it back to the feet of Liam Miller. Just at the edge of the Cork City box is curl effort as well. Saved by Conor Wynn. Miller, of course, still yet to score for Cork City so far this season. But that was as promising a chance as ever. Shepherd rode the challenge of Cormac Raftery and continued down the left-hand side of the pitch. Smart play from the former Galway man. And of course, former Shamrock Rovers as well. He's got 10 league goals so far this season, but hasn't scored in his last five games, I believe. Smart throw in there. Finds the feet of Jay Keegan, who plays it off to Gary Shannon, working down the right-hand side of the wing for Galway United. Shannon whips in across in direction James Malloy around the penalty spot, but he only gets the depth as the headers, and the ball eventually finds its way to Mark McNulty. McNulty now rolls it out to Ross Gaynor. Again, Cork City looking to work down the left-hand side of the pitch. Gaynor now just inside his own half. Had a very harsh challenge there from Gary Shannon, but referee happy to play it on. Gaynor attempts to play a ball in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan. Ball's cut out, but O'Sullivan deflects it out. A big throw into Galway United now, about 10 yards from their own box down the right-hand side of the pitch. Raftery to take it. Raftery is ushered back by the referee tonight, Sean Grant. Throwing to be taken now. Raftery plays into Shannon. Shannon's header only finds only the feet of Alan Bennett. Bennett finds Miller. Miller looking for his options going forward. Plays it to Gary Buckley. Finds the feet of Alan Bennett. Bennett now just inside his own half. Looks to work down the right wing with Michael McSweeney. McSweeney finds looks to play a ball in the direction of Stephen Beattie. Ball ushered out of play by Colm Horgan, the Galway United left back, for a Galway goal kick. Galway United, of course, managed by our former boss Tommy Dunn. They failed to win in their last 5 games, and they failed to score in 3 of those. Their team is quite young. They're playing with some kind of experienced youngsters, such as Colm Horgan, as previously mentioned, and their top scoring striker, Enda Curran, is suspended for tonight's game following a straight red card against Bohemians. Wins kick out only finds touch, and it'll be Ross Gaynor's throwing down the left-hand side of the pitch. He just inside Cork City half. Sam Odgie had his hands all over Mark O'Sullivan there, and much to the chagrin of the fans, but nothing came of it. Gaynor now with a throw on level with the Cork City's manager's box there, and down the left-hand side of the pitch. Gaynor feeds Bennett, feeds Murray in the middle of it. Miller now in the ball, plays it sideways to Healy. Healy looking to press forward. Healy exchanges passes with Beattie. Beattie plays it to Buckley and Carl Shepherd now. City working down the right-hand side of the pitch. After a pass to Michael McSweeney. McSweeney's attempted cross goes only finds the touchline and be a throw to Cork City down the right-hand side of the pitch. McSweeney looking for options. So far he only has Stephen Beattie in the box, but Gary Buckley's making a late run in. McSweeney attempts a long throw in direction Mark O'Sullivan. Ball eventually finds its way. O'Sullivan tries to take it past the feet of Killian Cantwell, but the ball is ushered out of play via Cork City goal kick. And the St. Anne's end, City of course playing into the St. Anne's end. And it's in the Derrynane side of the pitch. Ross Gaynor takes, more suited for a left-footed kicker. Miller's giving him a short option if he wants it. But Gaynor exchanges passes with Beattie. Gaynor cuts inside now. He's a chance to shoot if he wants, and drills it across the box. Kind of a half shot there from Ross Gaynor, and narrowly finds his way out of the pitch. Of course, he already scored one of those a few weeks ago in the loss to Limerick, in the 3-2 loss to Limerick. He's having a very, very promising few weeks as Ross Gaynor. Twice ended up in the score sheet against Sligo and Limerick, and was a key contributor to last week's third goal. Gary Buckley's second after a shot. Could only find the way of Gary Buckley, who nodded home. Conor Wynne now take the kick out after Gaynor's effort. Looks down the right hand side of the pitch. Gaynor finds Gaynor's head. Ball's ushered out of play. Cormac Raftery to take the throw in now. Just beside John Cobble here on the right hand side of the pitch. His throw finds only Gaynor, who sends it long in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan. Sam Odgie and Mark O'Sullivan already having a bit of a tussle here. Early doors as arms, legs and elbows going in between pretty much all their challenges. Sam Odgie finds the ball and plays it back towards Conor Wynne. Wins clearance is completely sliced and the ball nearly finds its way to us in the press gantry. Ross Gaynor takes throw now down the left hand side of the pitch. Again, Sam Odgie using a lot of he's using his hands and arms to try and defeat Mark O'Sullivan, and he succeeds this time without any stoppage from the referee either. Poor wayward pass there from Killian Byrne, finds only the left hand side of the touchline. Throw to be taken by Ross Gaynor. Gaynor exchanges pass with Miller. Miller plays it back towards Alan Bennett. Bennett looking for options short and long and decides to play it back to his goalkeeper Mark McNulty. McNulty again plays it short to Dan Murray and about 10 yards from his own box, the right hand side of his box. Murray plays it forward to Stephen Beattie. Has Michael McSweeney trying to make a run now if he wants. McSweeney on the break now. Has Healy with him if he wants, but decides to take on Colm Horgan, the young left back. And McSweeney is fouled for his efforts. And he's won Cork City a free. The right hand side of the pitch. On the very right hand side of the pitch and Darien side. About 5-10 yards in from the box, if you can understand my description. Ross Gaynor will be taken out. We saw a short corner early on here. Could possibly see a short free kick routine. Of course, last weekend near the end of the first half, Cork City did work a short routine that nearly resulted in a goal against the run of play at the St. Pat's. Gaynor now to take, only Miller and Michael McSweeney back. Gaynor drills it in towards the back post, searching for Alan Bennett, but the Galway defence easily do it. Very boisterous Galway crowd here, residing in the Derry end for a change instead of the usual St. Anne's end for away supporters. Conor Wynne now to take the goal kick after Gaynor's free kick couldn't find the head of Alan Bennett. Looking down the left hand side of the pitch has a chance for Cork City again and finds the head of Dan Murray. Murray finds Shepherd, who can't find O'Sullivan but only finds the feet of Sam Odgie. Odgie drills it long. Plays it to Dan Murray, who finds his goalkeeper. And McNulty, as ever, short under the ball, finds Dan Murray again. Murray sends it long, looking for Cal Shepherd. Again, he's dispossessed by Cormac Raftery, the right back. City now progressing down the right hand side of the pitch. Michael McSweeney gets past the challenge of Jason Malloy, but he's then dispossessed. Ball's put out of play for a Cork City turn down the right hand side of the pitch. Conor Healy looking to take it. He has few options, but finds Liam Miller. Miller has acres of space here. He's avoided Dave O'Leary. He's looking for a pass forward. Plays Gary Buckley. Poor touch from Buckley, but he manages to recover. He exchanges passes from Carl Shepherd. The ball eventually finds its way to him, and Gary Buckley, attempting the turn, is eventually fouled about 25-30 yards from goal. Could we see another Mark O'Sullivan free case perhaps? He was fouled by former Cork City man David O'Leary in a very clumsy challenge. Of course, David O'Leary not the only Cork City connection tonight. Aside from Tommy Dunn, we have former Cork City under-19 player Andy O'Connell on the bench. He's making a return from a horrific injury he suffered in one of the earlier cup games against Coolock Celtic. Colin Healy now looking to add to his goal tally of one, I believe, two this season. Scored against Longford Town and of course against Bohemians a few weeks ago. Michael McSweeney's making a short run down the right hand side of the pitch if he wants it. Colin Healy looks set to take the free kick, but Liam Miller's there too. Perhaps he might roll it to him, but Healy to take ends up only hitting the wall. And the ball deflects towards Liam Miller, who tries to play it to Michael McSweeney down the right side of the pitch. McSweeney's cross doesn't beat the first man. Jason Malloy, be a Cork City corner kick. City have owned the ball really for much of the first half. We have a little over 29 minutes gone here, but they've failed to make the breakthrough so far. Still Cork City 0, Galway United 0. Ross Gaynor to take the corner now down the right hand side of the pitch as we stand here playing into the St. Anne's end. Gaynor's ball in. It's very dangerous. Mark O'Sullivan's had the jersey hung off him by David O'Leary, but no word from the referee. The ball finds its way to Gary Buckley down the left hand side. He attempts to beat one defender. His attempted chip over Gary Shannon only finds the touchline, and it'll be a goal kick for Galway United. Conor went to take. We got to say that a lot. Cork City haven't had too many efforts on target so far. They've showed some promising signs of attack. Wynne plays down the left hand side of the pitch again. Gaynor heads smartly. Mark Sullivan fails to control it, however, and the ball finds its way to Gary Shannon, who's fouled in a rather clumsy foul by Ross Gaynor. Be a Galway United free kick just on the edge of their half, working down the right hand side of the pitch. City looking to rebound from a succession of poor losses in the league in recent times to Limerick and Shamrock Rovers. Conceded 6 goals in those 2 games. rather out of character for the season as a whole. Long ball drilled forward by Oggy. Finds Jay Keegan in a digit box. Keegan attempts to go past Dan Murray, but he ends up bringing the ball out of play for a Cork City goal kick. Galway United perhaps showing some signs of life after a few early chances. Goal kick now to be taken by Mark McNulty. Here's Mark O'Sullivan long. We know Marky still loves to win a header. And McNulty does look for Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan challenged by Oggy. O'Sullivan wins it this time, but can only find the feet of Killian Cantwell. Cantwell's errant pass finds the feet of Dan Murray. He exchanges passes with Alan Bennett before eventually playing the ball back to his goalkeeper, Mark McNulty. McNulty sets Bennett away down the right hand side. Mike McSweeney is making a run down the right hand side of the pitch if he wants. And Bennett sends it long in the direction of Shepherd. Shepherd attempts to head it on for Mark O'Sullivan, but again, ball finds its way out of play for a goal kick. City really haven't looked at playing at the ball through the middle too often in this half, despite its success in recent games against. Obviously, we saw in the second half St. Pat's last week when City tried to keep the ball down and play it through the middle. They did find success. They struggled against Limerick and Shamrock Rovers by pumping it long. We'll see, perhaps maybe we'll get a second half revival akin to last week tonight. Wins goal kick eventually finds way out of play deep inside the Cork City half to be a throw in taken by Ross Gaynor. Gaynor now launches it about 10 yards from the Cork City from the halfway line. Exchange some head tennis there before the ball eventually finds way to Mark McNulty. McNulty sends it long, looking to set Stephen Beattie away. He's been quite quiet so far, has the former Sligo man. And Beattie is ultimately dispossessed by Killian Cantwell. The ball is lashed against one of the line's people here tonight. Mike McSweeney feeds Gary Buckley. Buckley again dropping very deep for finding Miller. Buckley plays it across the Dan Murray. Murray just nearly edging in towards the Cork City half. Attempts to set Ross Gaynor free. But again, Cork City, again, happy to play it long if needs be. As Murray attempts to set Stephen Beattie away. And his pass is successful, and Beattie cuts inside. Colm Horgan, but his attempted cross is blocked. Still a promising chance here for Cork City as Colin Healy plays in the ball down the right hand side of the pitch. Again, it's cut out, but it finds its way to Liam Miller. Ross Gaynor has space if he can launch in the ball, and he finds the head of Carl Shepherd, but Shepherd's connection isn't strong enough, and ultimately goes out for a throw in to Galway United. Cork City are showing some signs of life so far tonight, but few clear chances. Of course, as you can expect from a Tommy Dunn side, Galway United are quite strongly organised at the back. Colm Horgan now, left back to take the throw in. He launches it long, but Michael McSweeney smartly cuts it out. He finds Gary Buckley, happy to play it back to Dan Murray. Dan Murray has plenty of time and he ushers into the Galway half down the left hand side of the pitch here. Dan Murray plays a lovely crossfield ball to the feet of Stephen Beattie. And Beattie cuts inside. Jason Malloy looks to take on Horgan too, but Horgan puts in a very smart tackle and the ball goes out for a Cork City corner kick. Colm Horgan, of course, the brother of former Cork City man Darrell Horgan. I'd say they might have had a few great rivalries in the backyard, and they're trying to Colm Horgan trying to defend the talented winger Darrell. Cork City now with the corner kick. Ross Gaynor to take. Liam Miller and Michael McSweeney back to defend. Miller again looking for the short, giving Gaynor the short option if he wants it. But Gaynor's happy to send it in long, looking for the head of Alan Bennett, but it's punched away by Conor Wynn. Beattie wins the clearance now, and Shepherd is set free down the left hand side of the pitch. He looks to take on Raftery, and eventually tries to send the ball in. That only goes out of play just off the head of Alan Bennett. Little over 35 minutes gone here. The score so far are 0-0. Again, we apologise for some of the technical issues we had earlier on the feed, but you haven't missed a whole lot. You did miss a whole lot in the opening minutes. Still 0-0. A few chances of note to report. So a few clear chances of note to report so far. Cork City looking the dominant side in possession. but have created a few clear-cut chances. Dave O'Leary with a wayward pass down the right-hand side of the pitch. Finds only Gaynor. Gaynor happy to thump it long in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan down the left-hand side of the pitch here, 5 yards inside the Galway United half. Raftery wins the challenge. Raftery plays a smart ball in the direction of Jay Keegan, who plays it off Gaynor for a Galway United throw-in. Galway United now working down the right-hand side of the pitch. Cormac Raftery to take the throw-in. Raftery is striker Jay Keegan looking for the ball. A few others showing urgency. He finds Killian Byrne, Byrne attempts to play it back to Raftery. The ball is cut out by Gary Buckley. Galway United throwing deep on the right-hand side of the pitch. Cork City about level with the 18-yard box. Raftery finds former Cork City man David O'Leary. O'Leary finds Shannon, plays it into Raftery. Raftery puts a smart ball in, look for the head of Jay Keegan. Alan Bennett's header eventually finds way to Colm Horgan. Dave O'Leary in the middle of the park now. Tries to cut inside Liam Miller. And O'Leary eventually plays down the left-hand side of the pitch towards Jason Malloy. Malloy plays it back to Dave O'Leary. Cork City showing some very smart defending here, forcing Galway United back. Galway attempt to switch play down the right-hand side of the pitch. Attempted crossfield ball in direction of Gary Shannon. It's cut out by Ross Gaynor. Gaynor having a very lively game so far here. Raftery now plays it short to Jay Keegan. Keegan exchanges pass with Shannon, who plays towards Sinnott. Plays across to Shannon. Shannon with a low driven cross in direction of Jason Malloy, but Malloy can't direct his effort on target and will be out for a Cork City goal kick here with a little over 37 minutes gone in Turner's Cross. Score still 0-0. Cork City having a few close chances. Ross Gaynor's low driven shot across the edge of the box, probably the best of them all. Of course, he scored one of them a few weeks ago in the loss to Limerick. Mark McNulty's goal kick in direction of Mark O'Sullivan again. Sam Oggy and Mark O'Sullivan having a mighty tussle, but eventually the free kick goes in direction of the tribesmen. Sam Oggy to take about 5 yards inside his own half. Attempts to drill a ball in the direction of Jason Malloy. It's rather wayward effort, eventually finds way to Mark McNulty, who attempts to skirt around challenge Jason Malloy, but Michael McSweeney's there to tidy things up for Cork City. McSweeney's pass towards Gary Buckley isn't controlled, and the ball is cleared away by Killian Cantwell. Jay Keegan now on the break for Galway. Byrne attempts to play in Jason Malloy, but eventually he's hauled up as being offside. But again, Cork City looking perhaps a bit light of pace in the centre of their defence. They nearly got caught out once again. They haven't caught out tonight, obviously, but they have been troubled in the last few weeks with direct attackers attacking through the middle. McNulty's free kick is taken. Ball eventually finds way to Ross Gaynor again down the left-hand side of the pitch. Cork City having some fruitful pursuits down there so far in this game. Ball finds way to Buckley. He drives it across to Stephen Beattie. Beattie's header can only find the feet of Mark O'Sullivan, but Carl Shepherd's lively tackle sees the ball break to Colin Healy, but Healy, about 25 yards out from goal, drills an effort over the bar. Didn't have the same luck as Mark O'Sullivan last week, of course. O'Sullivan scored an absolute beauty into the shed end. Cork City's second goal in their monstrous 4-0 win over St. Pat's in the Cup. That secure passage to the quarter-final against Derry City. Killian Byrne now in the middle of the park. Feeds Jay Keegan, who's dropped deep down the right-hand side of the pitch. Keegan looks to play in Shanahan. He's looking for options. Happy to take on Miller and goes down the right-hand side of the pitch. Keegan plays in a cross, but it sails over everyone's head, and the ball eventually finds its way to Colin Healy, deep inside his own half on the right-hand flank. He's happy to play it off. Jason Malloy, be a Cork City throw-in to be taken by Michael McSweeney. McSweeney takes the throw-in now. Sweeney launches it long, finds nobody, and the ball eventually finds way to Jay Keegan. Keegan attempts to play in Paul Sinnott, and Miller's attempt to challenge can only see the ball go for a corner kick. Galway's first of the night, if I'm not mistaken. It's been taken by Jason Malloy. Jay Keegan, of course, the Galway United danger man, 6 goals in his last 10 games for the tribesmen. showed strong finishing and he showed strong finishing capabilities over the last few weeks, and his pace has troubled the Cork City defence when Galway United have had quality possession in the attacking third. Referee having word here with Dan Murray and Killian Cantwell over a tussle in the box in the build up to the corner kick, still to be taken by Jason Malloy. Malloy whips it in, dangerous looking ball. It's cleared out by Mark O'Sullivan before eventually finds its way to Mark McNulty, who gathers smartly. Sam Oggy bundles over Mark McNulty, but looks like McNulty went to ground rather easily. But referee happy to play on. McNulty, of course, making his 75th consecutive start for the Leesiders tonight. Been with the club for a little over 12 years. His McNulty eventually boots the ball long, and Stephen Beattie's attempted header only sees the ball end up in the hands of Conor Wynn. And Miller's gone down in the middle of the park here. Apologies, didn't see exactly what it was for, but he's jogging off just to receive some treatment there from the coaching staff, so it looks like he'll be alright. That's actually a change of boots for the former Irish international, going from orange to green. Can't see the studs or anything like that, but they seem to be more for a firm ground boot. Cork City temporarily reduced to 10 men as Miller switches gear, but Conor wins free kick. Goal kick, excuse me, is only ushered out of play. Gaynor takes the throw in now, down the left hand side of the pitch, and City are still reduced to 10 men as Miller will have to be waved on by the fourth official. Gaynor now sends it long in direction of Mark O'Sullivan. Ball is ultimately ushered wide before finding the feet of Colm Horgan left back, and Miller is back onto the field of play, having adjusted his boots, switching to a harder ground part of the pitch. Is in an immaculate condition tonight. Ross Gaynor's attempted long driven ball down the left hand side of the pitch is cut out. Healy has a second bite at Cherry before the ball eventually goes out of play for Galway United throw-in. About 15-20 yards inside the Cork City half down the right hand side of the pitch. About 2-3 minutes to go to half time. Can't see no board from the fourth official as of yet, but Galway working down the right hand side of the pitch. Ball eventually finds its way to Dave O'Leary. He hits a very poorly hit cross and can only find its way to Dan Murray. Murray's attempted clearance is headed by Killian Cantwell, who plays into the feet of Jason Malloy, and Malloy's effort goes wildly over the bar as Tommy Dunn ushers his side for some positive messages to his side from following a rare opportunity in the attacking third so far for the tribesmen. McNulty to kick it out, sends it rather low, directed cross, who only finds the head of Gary Shanahan. Shannon's attempt to pass to Keegan is cut out smartly by Dan Murray, who plays it to Gaynor. Gaynor's low driven pass only finds the feet of Cormac Raftery. Raftery again sends an errant pass in direction of Jay Keegan. Bennett and Healy exchange passes, and Michael McSweeney's now in possession, about 10 yards from his own box. He eventually decides to play it back to Mark McNulty, who sends it long, wide, and out of play. Be a throw into the Galway United on the right hand side of the pitch as we approach from a Cork City perspective. The ball finds its way to goalkeeper Conor Wynn. Many of his passes have been direct down the left hand side, and this is no exception as Ross Gaynor ends up heading the ball now. Gary Buckley dispossesses former Cork City man Dave O'Leary and wins a free as well. Perhaps a few words exchanged there between the two midfielders. And there is no injury time here in the first half. The referee has just blown his whistle here. Half time is 0-0 between Cork City and Galway United. Very few chances of note here to report. Cork City going close once or twice. Ross Gaynor's low driven cross with about 20 minutes gone, perhaps being the most noteworthy of their chances. Leesiders, of course, are only 2 points ahead of third and fourth place Shamrock Rovers, so they will need a goal in the second half to try and keep them at bay. Aside from Ross Gaynor's effort, Mark O'Sullivan had an effort parried away for a corner, and Liam Miller, in search of his first goal, for the Rebel Army. Had an effort smartly saved by Conor Wynn following nice play from Carl Shepherd. Galway United had one or two breakaway chances and they have looked dangerous on the counter-attack when afforded the opportunity. Jake Keegan's pace and strength has threatened the centre of the Cork City defence a few times, but they've had few chances. They've had few surefire chances apart from one corner kick which Mark McNulty smartly clawed away. Perhaps Cork City could use. They have plenty of experience on the bench at least. They've among them John O'Flynn, Billy Dennehy, young Danny O'Connell, and Liam Kearney to call on for the second half. But as things stands, it is half time between Cork City and Galway United. Nil all between Galway United and Cork City. City have threatened goal on a few occasions. Ross Gaynor's low-driven cross that skirted just wide of the goal. Perhaps being their main one, as well as Liam Miller's curl effort on the edge of the box that also threatened. Score is still 0-all, but with some positive reports from around the league. Bows are currently 1-0 up against Dundalk. And if City got a win here tonight and the results stay the same, keep your fingers crossed, the deficit at the top will be reduced to 7 points. St. Pat's are also a goal down away to Derry City, which again would stretch Cork City's lead over third place St. Pat's to 5 points, at least until Monday evening, where the two face off. Of course, Sligo Rovers and Shamrock Rovers play tomorrow night, so that lead might only be temporary. Galway United, though, looking to kick off the second half here. Galway are playing from the Joe Delaney stand or the shed end into the St. Anne's end, and Cork City are playing from St. Anne's end into the shed end. So City playing left to right, Galway playing right to left. Still 0-all here between Cork City and Galway United. City, of course, were 0-all last week against St. Pat's. I managed to score 4 second half goals, so we'll be hoping for a similar performance here. Doesn't appear to be any changes on either side so far, but we'll keep you posted. And City's next home game is, of course, Monday against St. Patrick's Athletic. And in a little over a fortnight's time, Cork City will be playing Derry in the FAI Cup. 11th of September against Derry City up in the Brandywell. Referee here just waiting for things to get underway. And if you're looking for more Cork City action this weekend, our under-19s and under-17s are both in action. Both playing Bray Wanderers in similar locations. The under-19s are playing in Bishopstown, and the under-17s are playing out in the farm in the UCC pitches. Both playing Bray Wanderers. Perhaps Bray Wanderers got a deal on the buses or something like that. The under-19s have played 2 games so far this season. They've won one. They've drawn to Cove Ramblers and lost to UCD. And the newly formed Cork City under-17 squad just formed this season have 3 wins from 3. Cian Murphy and Cian Leonard have shown a lot of promise for the under-17s team. They scored 5 of Cork City's 9 goals. Both games kick off at half 2. The under-17s are playing in the farm, and the 19s are playing in the old pitch Bishopstown. And we've just gone underway here again. Liam Miller with his newly changed green boots before half time plays the ball towards Dan Murray after Galway United tip off. Their long ball failed to go forward. Ross Gaynor now plays in direction of Mark O'Sullivan. Look for the long ball. O'Sullivan can't find it, but OG plays it out of play. Be a Cork City throwing down the left-hand side of the pitch. City playing from left to right here from the St. Anne's end into the shed end. Ross Gaynor to hit the throw in. He's already been quite lively so far in this game. Gaynor takes in a long throw. He plays towards Gary Buckley. Buckley plays it back to Gaynor. Gaynor looking for options. Eventually plays it back the sideline towards Liam Miller. Miller caught in possession there, following a clumsy foul. But Dave O'Leary, the former Cork City man, showing great passion there and smarts to win the ball from Miller and win the free kick. Galway United free kick down the right hand side of the pitch. Cormac Raftery to take. Raftery plays along in the direction of Jake Keegan, but Alan Bennett smartly heads it away. O'Leary feeds Ball can only find its way to Dave O'Leary. O'Leary feeds to Byrne, who attempts to play in Gary Shannon on the right hand side of the pitch. His cross is cut out by McNulty, who plays to Murray, plays down to Ross Gaynor down the left side. Gaynor plays it long. He finds Mark O'Sullivan. Mark O'Sullivan attempts to head it to Carl Shepherd, but their lines are crossed as Shepherd are coming in off the wing, and the ball is ushered out of play for a Galway United throw in. Cormac Raftery to take. Both sides still searching for their first goal here tonight. But positive news from around the grounds, however, as results are looking good for Cork City, with Bohemians a goal up against Dundalk and St. Pat's a goal down to Derry City. Again, Liam Miller had a pass down the left side of the pitch, but it's cut out. Ball eventually finds its way to Gary Shannon in the middle of the park. Shannon attempts to play Jay Keegan in down the right hand wing, but Alan Bennett sees the ball ushered back to his goalkeeper. I note he sent it long in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan, but O'Sullivan can't win it. Ball eventually finds its way to Killian Cantwell, the young centre back. Cantwell sends it in the direction of Keegan. His header is unchallenged, but he can't find anyone else, and the ball is eventually ushered back to Paul Sinnott, the Galway United captain this evening. Buckley goes in hard in a challenge on Dave O'Leary, but O'Leary comes out the stronger. He attempts playing Jason Malloy down left hand wing, with Stephen Beattie tracking back smartly. Ends up cutting out the ball. He plays in Mike McSweeney. Mike Sweeney again, Cork City being very wasteful in possession. So far happy to send the ball long, but often wayward and without any accuracy or without being clinical. Ball eventually finds its way to Dan Murray. Murray does play a long ball now, threatening long ball to Carl Shepherd. Shepherd down the right hand side of the pitch. He needs help. Attempts to beat Killian Cantwell, but eventually slips and loses the ball in a rather humorous exchange. But he ends up working back and deflects the ball. He finds Beattie, and Beattie finds Shepherd again. Shepherd tries to slip it past Conor Wynn, but the Galway shot stopper smartly denies him. Cork City still have a chance, but unfortunately Stephen Beattie is judged to have fouled the Galway United left back, and unfortunately it'll be a Galway United free kick. Carl Shepherd there with half a chance for Cork City. Eventually, Galway shot stopper Conor Wynn put end to any chance. For one of only 2 or 3 times Wynn has really been tested so far in this game. But Cork City perhaps showing a bit more lively behaviour in the second half, which is about 5 minutes underway here. Ball finds its way down the left hand side of the pitch to Cormac Raftery, but he's happy to see it out of play after a way where Cork City pass. Galway United throw down the right hand side of the pitch. Raftery to take, he finds Dave O'Leary. O'Leary plays back to Raftery, but Raftery is rushed by Gary Buckley, and his long effort finds only the head of Alan Bennett. Plays it to Murray, Dan Murray down the left hand side of the pitch. Murray looks for options in the middle. He finds Liam Miller, who's happy to play back towards Alan Bennett. Bennett switches direction, play it to Mike McSween down the right hand side of the pitch. The two exchange passes. Bennett takes the ball in a central position about 15 yards from the halfway line. Bennett plays it forward to Carl Shepherd, who drifted into the middle. He has Ross Gaynor working down the left-hand side of the pitch. He can spot him. He's looking called centre left-hand side of the pitch. Liam Miller attempts to play a long ball down the left-hand side of the pitch, but it's smartly cut out. But Miller showing some more attacking edge and verve than we've seen him in so far tonight. Ball eventually finds way to Colin Healy, who's working down the left-hand side of the pitch. He's got Gaynor in support if he wants him, but he's happy to go alone. Healy sends across, cuts in on his right foot. Eventually, Sam Oggy with a rather wayward header from quite a harmless Colin Healy cross ends up putting over his own crossbar without causing a few Galway hearts to go in their throats, and it's eventually ushered out for a Cork City corner kick on the right hand side of the pitch as we stand. So Ross Gaynor take, as it's more suited to a left footed kicker. City have had a fair few corners so far, but have rarely threatened. Gaynor's corner fails to beat the man at the front post, and it breaks to Liam Miller. Miller now cuts by 2 attempted Galway challenges, and Stephen Beattie manages to keep in. Cork City showing some very fortuitous work down the right hand side. Liam Miller played a smart ball down the right hand side of the pitch, then to find Stephen Beattie. Beattie managed to avoid the attempts from Colin Horgan to usher the ball out of play, and he cuts it back to Carl Shepherd, and Shepherd's pass is only saved by the feet of Conor Wynn. Shepherd again looking to get his confidence back. He hasn't scored in a number of weeks, following 10 goals so far this season, 8 in the league if I'm correct. Colin Heath takes this corner kick now, even if it's on the right hand side of the pitch. His corner again fails to beat the first man, and Cork City have lacked some of that clinical nature that they've had in last few weeks, and that has really spurred them on to victory in some crucial games, such as the game against St. Pat's last week in the Cup. Michael McSweeney takes the throw on the right hand side of the field. McSweeney exchanges passes with Buckley, but his attempted pass is cut out by Paul Sinnott for Cork City throw-in. Cork City's throw-in eventually comes off play out with deflection from Stephen Beattie. Galway throw that their left back Colm Horgan's prepared to take. Horgan plays it to Sinnott. Sinnott sends it long in the direction of Jay Keegan, the dangerous Galway United frontman. He's already threatened Cork City once or twice to the space, but has yet to have a clear-cut chance, but he might only need one. Ball eventually finds way to Mark McNulty, who sends it long in the direction of Shepherd, but Shepherd can't corral it. The ball breaks to Liam Miller. Miller attempts to smartly turn and wins, but is fouled in the process, attempt to turn away from former Cork City man Dave O'Leary. Little over, just about 10 minutes gone here in the second half. Ball under, or just under 10 minutes gone, excuse me. Liam Miller now in the middle pitch. He has space opening up for him. Plays a pass down the right side of the pitch. Smart ball to Stephen Beattie. Beattie whips in across, but he's very overhit. But fortunately managed to kept in play by Gary Buckley. Buckley's attempts, however, can only meet Gary Shanahan. Shanahan attempting to break down the right hand side of the pitch, and the ball smartly cut up by Ross Gaynor for Galway United throw-in. And it appears that recently exiled and returned Cork City left wing star Billy Dennehy is about to be brought onto the pitch. We'll give you further details as for who in a moment. Dennehy, of course, did not play following an altercation with Mark O'Sullivan in the Europa League game against KR Reykjavik. He was out of the squad and out of contention for selection as he pursued other options for a period of up to 50 days, and last week made his return in the game against St. Pat's and scored a goal on his return after being nicely teed up by Carl Shepherd. And Liam Miller is perhaps the surprise selection to be taken off. Had some nice moments going forward, but it would appear that Gary Buckley is the man to replace. Will go into Liam Miller's role as the kind of holding two in the midfield. Stephen Beattie will be the central of the attacking triumvirate, and Carl Shepherd will play on the right hand side. Billy Denny, of course, will play a familiar role on the left hand side of the pitch, left-footed, the left fleet-footed winger. Ball eventually finds its way to Stephen Beattie, working down the left hand side of the wing. He feeds Billy Denny. Denny looks to get it past Cormac Raftery, and the ball is eventually goes out of play for a Cork City corner kick. Colin Healy to take. Ross Gaynor and Michael McSweeney will be back to defend. But Denny already showing some bright spots on his League of Ireland return to the side. Healy puts it in, looking for direction of Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's header goes narrowly wide, but he's adjudged to have been climbing on the back of central defender midfielder Alex Byrne, and it'll be a free kick to Galway United to be taken by goalkeeper Conor Wynne. About 11 minutes gone here in the second half. The score is still 0-0. Updates from around the ground are still the score still remain the same. Bohemians are a goal up at home to Dundalk in Dalymount, and St. Pat's are a goal down in the Brandywell. And our neighbours Limerick are 4-1 away to Drogheda. Drogheda, of course, signed former Blackburn player Keith Tracy during the week, as well as Roddy Collins Jr., the son of former Cork City manager Roddy Collins. And City are, of course, still 0-0 here against Galway United. We throw into Galway United on the right hand side of the pitch. Ball eventually finds its way to Paul Sinnott. Sinnott plays it into Jay Keegan, who dropped very deep from his centre forward role. Ball's ushered along by Ross Gaynor in direction of Carl Shepherd, now occupying the right hand side of the attacking tree. And Mark O'Sullivan tracked back very far there, very deep inside his own half to win the ball for Cork City, and the ball is eventually put out for a throw in. Gary Buckley appeared to have taken a foul throw in there, but the referee happy to play on. Ball eventually finds its way to Alan Bennett, now wearing the captain's armband for this evening's encounter. Bennett sends it long, looking for Carl Shepherd, but his ball smartly cut out and eventually finds its way to Sinnott, about 20 yards inside the Galway half. Sinnott plays a delightful ball down the right hand side of the pitch for Gary Shannon. Shannon misjudges it, but he nearly gets a second bite bite at the cherry after Murray's attempted pass again or cut out by him. Be a Cork City throw in here. As the ball is sent into some estate and Turner's cross. Maybe a nice present for somebody here. Throw to be taken out on the right hand side of the pitch by Cormac Raftery. He has Dave O'Leary coming short from him. O'Leary screaming for it, but if Raftery chooses otherwise, he plays it into Killian Byrne. Byrne and Raftery exchange passes. Jason Malloy plays a lovely chip ball in over the top. Looking for Gary Shannon, but he's offside. Cork City looking perhaps vulnerable to some of the speedy and fleet-footed players of the Galway in the Galway attack, such as Jason Malloy and Jay Keegan. But they've yet to be truly troubled so far. McNutt taking take the free kick for the offside call down left hand side of the pitch. His head finds the head of O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan's touch finds way to Billy Denny, and Billy Denny volleys home. The return of the king indeed. Billy Denny has put Cork City 1 goal up against Galway United. The speedy Kerry man, of course, truly makes his return to the team tonight, following rather 50-day exile from selection as he pursued other options. And Cork City have gone a goal to the good here against Galway United. Long free kick just to the left-hand side of the Cork City box. So Mark McNulty sent it long in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan. It looked like Mark O'Sullivan may have got the slightest of touches from the header, but perhaps it avoided him altogether and took a fortuitous bounce in the pass of the on-rushing Billy Denny, who volleyed home, who put a thunderous volley home past Conor Wynne. Billy Denny now adding to his tally of, I believe it is 12 goals so far this season, and if I'm not mistaken, he's been involved in 20 goals for Cork City this season from other goals or assists. So his return is looking rather timely indeed for the Cork City as we look to secure second place and perhaps more if results continue to stay the way. Denny now on the break down the left hand side of the pitch, looks to speed past Sam Odgie, but he can't quite, and Odgie happy to usher the ball out of play, but Billy Denny smartly forces Odgie to play it. Oggie's play can only Oggie's attempted long clearance can only be deflected off the back of Billy Denny, and Billy Denny puts it out of play, much to the delight of John Caulfield. Who's seen boisterously clapping Billy Denny's attempted work rate and effort. Appears that any reported bad blood but that may have been there is certainly gone for now, as Billy Denny returns to the Cork City lineup for the league in the first time and has put the home side a goal to the good here. Cork City 1 goal up. And more chances here down the right hand side of the pitch as Carl Shepherd's attempted cross goes wide. Now just passed again, or is happy to play it, and Gary Buckley now occupying the more defensive role following Liam Miller's substitution for Billy Denny, and Billy Denny's already had an impact with that goal following Mark McNulty's free kick. Shepherd now down the right hand side of the pitch sends in a thunderous cross with his left. Now Murray progressing forward, looking for his options in the middle of the field, but happy to play a crossfield ball, looking for Carl Shepherd. Shepherd will do well to control this, manages to head it twice and eventually find a way back to Michael McSweeney, and McSweeney is eventually fouled by Jason Malloy. It'll be a Cork City free kick here down the right hand side of the pitch. City looking to add to their 1 goal lead here. Free kick is on the very right hand side of the pitch, about 10 yards or so inside the Cork City half, about level with the touchline here in John Caulfield's box. And we've just been informed by David Kent here at home that Billy Denny has now levelled with Mark O'Sullivan in the scoring stats for the season. Cork City exchanging a short free kick pattern that eventually finds head to Billy Denny, or to Stephen Beattie, and Beattie puts in a cross with the goal of begging for Mark O'Sullivan, and unfortunately his header is rather wayward and unfortunately goes out of play for Galway United goal kick. But Carl Shepherd again vital in that exchange. Of course, he signed a new contract there yesterday that keeps him with the home side Leesiders for a further 2 years. Already scored 10 league goals this season, and is hoping for a few more. He hasn't scored in a good few weeks for the Rebel Army, and hopefully he can put that to an end against his former side tonight. Here is Shepherd now with the ball in the middle of the park. He plays it back to Buckley. He's happy to play it across Healy. Cork City showing more passing in initiative here in the second half. Finds way to Michael McSweeney. He plays it into Shepherd again, working down the right hand side of the pitch. Shepherd equally comfortable on both wings and as a central striker here, as he's shown tonight. Shepherd plays a dangerous ball across to Gary Buckley, but Buckley is dispossessed by Shanahan as Alex Byrne here progresses forward for Galway United. But Colin Healy puts any hope of a counter-attack to bed, and he's in with the ball in the middle of the park now. He plays back to Dan Murray, where he plays down the left-hand side to Billy Denny. Billy Denny already looking lively, looking to add to his 1-goal tally. And as Billy Denny cuts inside, he's fouled by former Cork City man David O'Leary. Perhaps some bad blood there between the two former teammates, as Dave O'Leary's booked Billy Denny for sending Billy Denny flying in the air following a challenge. Dan Murray and Colin Healy sit over the free kick, but City will of course take the time as the referee deals with the booking. Dave O'Leary still being ushered to calm down by referee Sean Grant for his rather dangerous challenge on the left-foot attacker. Cork City happy to play it short to Stephen Beattie. Beattie gets past the challenge of Paul Sinnott, attempts to drill in a low cross. Cheers a handball from the crowd, but referee's ushered away. Healy's about 30 odd yards out from goal. We saw Mark O'Sullivan score from position there last week, but he attempts to play it short to Shepherd, and the ball smartly cut out by substitute Conor Melody, the young fleet-footed attacker from Galway United. Galway United have been forced to rely on many of their under-19 players in the last few weeks due to an ongoing injury crisis at the club. Melody came on for left winger Jason Malloy a few minutes ago. Dan Murray now with the ball in the middle of the park. He's ushering it forward, plays a cross-field ball to Carl Shepherd again. Shepherd looking quite lively so far. He's hoping to had a few good chances on goal, hoping to add to his account, which has been dormant for the last few weeks. Gary Buckley now plays a nice ball in the direction of Stephen Beattie. Beattie playing in the rather free attacking role, drifting between left and right hand sides of the pitch. He's looking rather comfortable in it. Is the former Sligo Rovers man. Michael McSweeney now ushers in a cross, a very dangerous looking one, but Mark O'Sullivan can't find a gainer now at the edge of the box. Unleashes a thunderous left-footed strike that is blocked by Gary Shanahan, and Shanahan has gone down in tremendous pain, and much to the chagrin of the crowd, the referee has put a stop to a halt to play. But Shanahan does look at agony. With perhaps some of us, I don't think it's quite as bad as the John Arnorisa and Alan Smith incident of several years ago between Liverpool and Man United. But Shanahan immediately went down clutching his ankle in pain following Gaynor's thunderous strike. Referees put a halt to proceedings. Little over 20 minutes gone here so far in Turner's Cross Stadium. Cork City following a rather difficult first half with few chances of note. Have gone a goal to the good. Billy Dennehy putting the home side in front. Mark offside. Was sent long in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan. It appeared that O'Sullivan got the slightest of touches to send the ball in the direction of the onrushing Billy Dennehy, who volleyed home. But we may need to watch Soccer Republic on Monday night to confirm O'Sullivan's involvement. Of course, O'Sullivan and Billy Dennehy were famous for their spat during the KR Reykjavik encounter. But between last week's result and tonight, it appears that all has been forgiven between the two. Shanahan being ushered to the side of play following going down against the Gainers, having a deflected Gainer shot. Of course, a booze rings out as the referee halted play, but of course it was the right thing to do during a scenario where the player is injured. Cork City now with the ball. On the right hand side of the pitch, Alan Bennett, about 15 yards inside his own half, looks to send it long. Eventually opts to play it short to Gary Buckley. Buckley and Bennett happy to exchange passes. Work calmly, they're a goal to the good. Why would they? No need to put any pressure on it. Bennett now working down the right hand side of the pitch. He feeds Michael McSweeney. McSweeney gets past Challenge and Melody. It's a bit Dock have equalised against Bohemians, and now the score is 1-1 between them. But Derry City are still a goal to the good against St. Pat's. So some rather good results here for the second. Put the side a goal to the good. Alan Bennett now deep inside his own half, happy to play it back in the direction of a long ball forward from Dan Murray. Does find the feet of Stephen Beattie, and he gets past one challenge, and unfortunately his low driven cross is put out of play by Sam Odgie. Nice work there from the tricky attacking winger, the attacking player, excuse me. He's not on the wing anymore, he's playing in the centre. Stephen Beattie showed great footwork to get past the challenge of Alex Byrne, and the ball is eventually cleared. His cross is eventually cleared out of play. John O'Flynn appears to be warming up here for the Lee side as well, so we might see his introduction. For many of our set pieces over the last year, 10 if I'm not mistaken. Then he sends it in, looking for the head of Mark O'Sullivan. Ball smartly punched away by Conor Wynn. Ball still there for City. Dan Murray. Ball sent back in the direction of Dan Murray, but he is judged to be offside, and it'll be a free out to Galway United. As always, you can keep in touch with us here at our presenters. Kevin and Dave should probably be doing the recap show during the week, and we have the ongoing prediction competition for a signed Cork City jersey. Just tweet your predictions to at our presenters. And Sam Odgie is this possessed there in the middle of the park by Billy Denny, a combination of Billy Denny and Mark O'Sullivan. Ball breaks to Stephen Beattie just outside the box, and he's smartly challenged by Alex Byrne as he tries to set Galway up on the break here. Plays it to Dave O'Leary. O'Leary's attempted pass to Gary Shanahan is smartly cut out by Ross Gaynor. And as Shanahan lurked, he couldn't get it past feet of Dan Murray. Ball attempted long clearance, can only find Sam Odgie, who plays back to Conor Whitney, which is a thunderous strike downfield. But Alan Bennett has plenty of time with the ball, and he eventually plays Gary Buckley. Buckley sends it long to Mike McSweeney down the right hand side of the pitch. McSweeney cuts in and feeds Stephen Beattie. Beattie has acres of space, but opts to switch the play and find Billy Denny. Denny now looking to take on Cormac Rafter. He's already caused the young right back some difficulty so far. He plays it back into Healy. Healy finds Buckley. Denny's now drifted into the middle, and he exchanges 1-2 with Stephen Beattie, but it's smartly cut out by the Galway United defence. Mike McSweeney, or Gary Buckley here now, middle of the park. Plays it across Colnady. City holding possession well here so far, but they haven't created a chance in the last few minutes. With probably about 7 or 8 minutes to go here, if my stopwatch is correct. Ross Gaynor plays it into Gary Buckley in the middle. Buckley and Gaynor exchange passes before Gaynor thumps it back into Alan Bennett. City happy just to keep the ball and try and force Galway to press them. They're already a goal to a good here. Why would they change anything else? And good news for Cork City fans is that Bohemians have gone a goal to the good in Dalymount Park. They've now gone 2-1 up. Of course, leading 1-0 at one point, but now but Dundalk brought it back. But now they lead 2-1 with little time remaining in Dalymount. St. Pat's are still a goal down. It's about 79 minutes gone. And Carl Shepard attempted to break down the right hand side. He was fouled. And Cork City will have a free kick in to be taken by a left-footed player, we believe. We presume it's Billy Denny. We all know how dangerous he is in free kick situations. Now, it appeared at one point that John O'Flynn was going to come on. He was warming up for about 5-10 minutes there, but John Caulfield has thought otherwise. Denny and Caulfield exchange words here about the potential destination this free kick. It's about 5 yards from the right edge of the Galway United box. Potential shooting distance, but I think Denny would rather play it safe and whip in a rather dangerous ball, especially when you've got men like Alan Bennett And Dan Murray lurking. Dan Murray, of course, scored many an important header for Cork City over the years. Denny now plays it short, attempts to find the feet of Alan Bennett with a lofted ball in, but it's smartly cut out by the Galway defence. Galway looking to break here now with Jay Keegan working down the left-hand side of the pitch, deep inside his own half. He finds the substitute Conor Melody, but Michael McSweeney having a rather stout game here at the right back position. Eventually sees his long pass cut out by the Galway defence, and Galway looking to break again here. Cormac Raftery down the right-hand side of the pitch. Rather is engaging a rather harsh challenge, but he won the ball and referees urges play on. Ball ends up with Alex Byrne in the middle of the park, looking for a 1-2 with Jay Keegan, but Byrne's pass doesn't find Keegan's feet, and we'll get underway here and we'll continue on. McNulty sends the ball along in the direction of Mark O'Sullivan, but his pass can't find anyone, and eventually ball finds its way to Alan Bennett, who tries to play in. Cash Shepherd now working on the right hand side of the pitch. Bennett's pass was rather wayward, but it's not corralled by Colm Horgan, the young left back, brother of Darrell, of course, now at Dundalk. But it eventually is ushered out of play. It'll be a Cork City throw in here, and after Galway United have brought on young Aaron McConnell, one of their under 19 stars, to come on for former Cork City man Dave O'Leary. Tommy Dunn, of course, been a long time fan of Dave O'Leary, attempted to sign him when he was the manager of Cork City from Limerick, but O'Leary wouldn't move. O'Leary did spend last season with the Leesiders, but didn't suitably impress Tommy Dunn or John Coffey, excuse me, to grab a second year. Goal kick now to Galway United, sent long in the direction of the newly substituted McConnell, and the ball eventually finds its way to Captain Potson in the middle of the park. He plays back to Alex Byrne, but Cork City pressing very high up the pitch. Gary Buckley working as hard as ever. Alex Byrne dispossessed by Stephen Beattie, but the ball is ushered into Potson, who finds his goalkeeper, Conor Wynn. Wynn sends it long down the right hand side of the pitch, looking for Gary Shanahan, but the ball is eventually ushered out of play for Galway United throw in. On the right hand side of the pitch, Jerry Nance side, as we look at it here from the gantry. Raftery finds Sinnott. Sinnott's 1-2 goes incredibly wayward, and the ball eventually goes out of play for a Cork City throw in. Decent enough attendance here at Turner's Cross Stadium tonight. Of course, there's a lot of events going in and around the city. Munster, of course, playing in a pre-season friendly. No official announcement as of yet that I've heard, but I would guess probably similar enough to last week's. Probably close or hovering to the 2,000 mark. With the ball, with Billy Denny now in the middle of the park. I've been kind of given a free roll, of course, with Stephen Beattie on the pitch. The two wingers can kind of switch in effortlessly. Beattie finds the feet of Cash Shepherd, and Shepherd, after cutting inside, attempts to find Denny again. But he finds only Beattie. Beattie shipped a heavy challenge, but referee happy to wave play on. Michael McSweeney and Conor Melly there trying to outmuscle one another. Michael McSweeney happy to try and keep the ball into the corner, but eventually leaves out to Melody. Rather reminiscent of David Ginola against Bulgaria way back when, but unfortunately there was no counter attack as Ross Gaynor eventually finds the ball and crosses it in. The header, Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan wins the header, but eventually the ball is ushered forward and finds the feet of Dan Murray. Murray plays it back to Mark McNulty. McNulty will happily sit on the ball and send the line down the right hand wing in direction of Cash Shepherd. Shepherd wins the header, attempts to find the head of the feet of Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan dispossessed by Killian Cantwell. Cantwell's long pass finds the feet of Alex Byrne now down the left hand side of the pitch, about 20 yards inside his own half. Stephen Beattie attempted a slide tackle, but looked rather clumsy and unnecessary, and failed to really do damage to the Galway United defence. Ball eventually finds its way to Mark McNulty, who sends it long the direction of Bill Denny, but it's cleared by the Galway defence. Galway now looking perhaps menacing on the break. Aaron McConnell, the young 19-year-old who just came on, sends a rather ambitious looking cross here that ends up going miles wide, miles out of play and into the St. Anne's stand to go wide for a Cork City goal kick. And we will have our second sub here of the evening. It will be Liam Kearney. perhaps after next ball. The next ball goes out of play. Fourth official is preparing his board. And McNulty will take the kick out. Next time the ball goes out of play, I believe we'll have it. McNulty sends it long, looking for Mark O'Sullivan. O'Sullivan, the ball wasn't accurate enough to find the head of O'Sullivan though, and Galway United break here, now looking menacing with young Conor Melody. Melody is attempts to play an arm McConnell with a dangerous ball. McGainer had the pace and strength to defy the young attacker. And Ross Gaynor, for all his luck and good play, is eventually fouled by McConnell with a rather hefty looking challenge.